and welcome to this very special edition of Spotlight. It's Halloween, so we're concentrating on all things spooky and Samhain. We're just playing music today. Our normal show of arts, culture and events will resume on Wednesday, but for the next hour, tuck yourself in tight and come with us on a musical journey soundtracked for the dead. It is said that Samhain is a time when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest, where the earthly world of the living becomes entangled with the world of the dead. We are one with our ancestors and all who have passed, from solace on lay, night through till day. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Samhain Special. Over the next hour I'll be playing some Irish songs that will soundtrack the soul's passing from this world to the other. We'll hear some tortured lovers' laments, murder ballads, and songs that would make even the devil himself shiver. Everything we'll play will be Irish, as is always the case on Spotlight. We'll have some traditional folk songs and some contemporary one too. Let us know what part of the world you're listening into from this evening. Have you dressed up to ward off the spirits? Why not send us a WhatsApp to 08717911032, or you can message me directly on socials. Ruthless Imagery is where you'll find me tonight on Instagram and on Twitter. We are coming to you live from Smithfield Square, where it's all lit up out there, all the bangers are going off. Some of the songs I've chosen for their dark lyrics or their themes of murder and death. Some I've chosen just because they gave me the chills. A lot of them came recommended directly from your good selves during the week. I put a little call out on Twitter and on Insta, and boy did you respond. I'm going to start with the song that started all of this. The song that a lot of you recommended to me. It tells the really creepy story of a murder of a young baby by its mother. It's a nursery rhyme. I just can't get over our fascination with these songs. It's a nursery rhyme that so many of you heard as kids. This is Lisa Hannigan with her cover of Wheelia Wheelia Whalia.
There was an old woman who lived in the woods, a wheelia, warrior. There was an old woman who lived in the woods, down by the river Sawyer. She had a baby 3 months old, a wheelia, warrior. She had a baby 3 months old, down by the river Sawyer. She had a penknife long and sharp, a wheelia, warrior. She had a penknife long and sharp, down by the river Sawyer. She stuck that knife in the baby's heart, a wheelia, warrior. She stuck that knife in the baby's heart, down by the river Sawyer. There were 3 loud knocks come knocking on the door, a wheelia, warrior. 3 loud knocks come knocking at the door, down by the river Sawyer. There were 2 policemen and a man, a wheelia, warrior. 2 policemen and a man, down by the river Sawyer. They took her away and they put her in the jail, a wheelia, They put a rope around her neck. Oh, wheelie, oh, wheelie, oh, yeah. They put a rope around her neck. Down by the river Sawyer. They pulled the rope and she got hung. Oh, wheelie, oh, wheelie, oh, yeah. They pulled the rope and she got hung. Down by the river Sawyer. And that was the end of the woman in the woods. Oh, wheelie, oh, wheelie, oh, yeah. And that was the end of the baby too. Down by the river Sawyer.
That was Lisa Hannigan with Wheelia Wheelia Waya. That's going to give you chills, isn't it? And that'll kind of haunt you for a while. It's a bit of an earworm. The song, it's a murder ballad. Something I learned just this week what a murder ballad was. Our obsession for singing about tragedies, like factual or made up, and yeah, murder ballads. We're going to have more murder ballads as we go on. Samhain, though, is supposed to be a celebration. It's a festival that marks the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter, the darker half of the year. It's a celebration, but during this celebration, a whole host of fearsome otherworldly beasts would emerge to ravage the surrounding landscapes and make them ready for winter. Thankful for the agricultural effects of these spirits, but wary of falling victim to their fury, local people would protect themselves from physical harm by lighting ritual fires on hilltops and in fields, which is gas because I pass a lot of those in Finglas on the way here. They would disguise themselves as fellow ghouls so as not to be dragged into the other world when they returned. They would offer them bribes of sweet food in exchange for their lives. We're going to talk more about Samhain and its history in a little bit, but first let's take a song from Claire Sands and Susan O'Neill called Carry My Song.
We stand hand in hand like corpses. Our friends are corpses too. And the man who took the photograph likes the look of you. We stand hand in hand like corpses. Our friends are corpses too. And the man who gave the epitaph said I wouldn't do. Darling, I have tried to fix you. I can't count the times that I have kissed you. I never thought that when you built our home, you'd make it out of blood and bones. Darling, one of us should go. My eyes were the first to disappear. Then went my nose, then went my ears with no eyes and no nose. This death that I chose. No eyes and no nose. This death that I chose. Your death. I'm dead. You said I let you try. Darling, I have tried to fix you. I can't count the times that I have kissed you. I never thought that when you built our home, you'd make it out of blood and bones. Darling, one of us should go. together, for worse or for better. We all stood together for a photograph. You're dead, I'm dead. You're sad, I bled you dry. Darling, I have tried to fix you. I can't count the times that I have kissed you. I never thought that when you built our home, you'd make it out of blood and bones. Darling, one of us should go. Darling, one of us should go. Darling, one of us should go. Darling, one of us should go.
Now, that was just a little test to see who among you is actually listening, because that, of course, was Saint Sister with their song Corpses, not Claire Sands and Susan O'Neill playing Carry My Song, which I'm going to play for you right now. It's cock. It's live.
I am nowhere but home by the sea.
Lenny is free. Agus every loading.
Whisper my secrets, embracing thee. Oh, carry my song across the sea. I cannot hold you, told me so.
Ik trouw aan de dam. Lemon cloud.
So rock me wild, so rock me free. Oh, carry my song across the sea.
Now, tell me that doesn't have a big Kyliak or Banshee vibes to it. Isn't it just fabulous? The next song I want to play for you is a duet by Hosier featuring Karen Cowley from the fabulous Wyvern Lingo. When you listen to this song, it sounds happy. It sounds like a love letter, but I think it's more of a love lament. Something that we dwell on a lot in Ireland, isn't it? We kind of dwell on the darkness of love. Have a listen to these lyrics. It's a song called In a Week, and it might be just the creepiest thing you'll hear all week. Well, I hope so anyway.
Morning reveals to me.
After the foxes have known our taste, after the raven has had its say, I'd be home with you, 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 I'd be home with you.
Was Andrew Hosier Byrne and Karen Cowley talking about being devoured by wildlife but being quite content with it. That was in a week. Speaking of food and fire featured heavily in the celebrations at Samhain, and they still do. Food was prepared for the living and the dead to show respect to those travelling between the worlds. As these ancestors were unable to eat this prepared food, it was given to the less well-off at the celebration in their honour instead, which is quite an admirable thing to do and maybe something that we should pick back up again. All household fires would be extinguished and relit using fire taken from the communal bonfire. This bonfire would offer heat to those at the celebration, but would also be a source of comfort and welcome to the souls of ancestors crossing back into this world for the night. Farmers would walk their cattle between two bonfires to purify them. That's not really something you see a lot of these days. I'm not going to keep mentioning the fires in Finglas, but I do live there and I have just driven by there. I did see some horses at the bonfire, but I don't think they were cattle as such. Let's take a little song now, will we, from Conor O'Brien, aka Villagers. Here is the aptly titled I Saw the Dead.
Have you got just a minute? Are you easily led? Let me show you the back room where I saw the dead dancing like children on a midsummer morn. And they asked me to join. They asked me to join, but my body was stubborn, wouldn't let me give in. So I offered a good deed in return for a sin. Now they got me where they want me, in this daily parade, and I'd walk unafraid. I would walk unafraid, but the crowds are all laughing at my every mistake, and it's making my neck hurt, and I feel like a fake. How can I even stand here like I've something to say? I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say, and it feels like I'm changing, keep forgetting my way. So I asked an old stranger, but he led me astray. 'Cause something we're missing, darling, so let's wander instead, and I'll show you the back room I saw the dead. I'll show you the back room where I saw the dead.
I just love how that song ends. We're going to go straight into another one right now. This is Katie Kim with Eraser, and stick with us just after this break for more Samhain Special.
While the others make the call, please put it down to the night. There's only one way we'll know. These wires are picking up satellite power, and they don't want you going here. We might lose away quietly when we don't hold on to me. And who's to know, 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 to know we fall at 3.
Enjoying the show and want to get in touch? You can email us spotlight@dublincityfm.ie or find me personally on social media at Ruthless Imagery on all accounts. Welcome back and thanks for sticking with us. Now, have you ever wondered while you were carving a pumpkin, why exactly are you carving a pumpkin? Now, we know they used to be turnips because we've all seen those creepy historical turnips that are turning up in museums. But I want to tell you a story that I found that will explain things a little better for you, okay? So as the tale goes, a man called Stingy Jack invited the devil for a drink and convinced him to shapeshift into a coin to pay with. When the devil obliged, Jack decided he wanted the coin for other purposes and kept it in his pocket alongside a small silver cross to prevent it from turning back into the devil. Jack eventually freed the devil under the condition that he wouldn't bother Jack for 1 year and wouldn't claim Jack's soul once he died. The next year, Jack tricked the devil once more by convincing him to climb up a tree to fetch a piece of fruit. The devil sounds awfully thick in this story. But when he was up the tree, Jack carved a cross into the trunk so the devil couldn't come down until he swore he wouldn't bother Stingy Jack for another 10 years. When Jack died, God wouldn't allow him into heaven and the devil wouldn't allow him into hell. He was instead sent into the eternal night with a burning coal inside a carved out turnip to light his way. He's been roaming the earth ever since. We began to refer to this spooky figure as Jack of the Lantern, which then the Yanks turned into Jack-o'-lantern. I want to play a song for you now by an Irish man. All the songs you're hearing tonight are Irish, of course. This is Robert John Ardiff with his song that is about a man sailing down the Grand Canal with the devil on board. Make of it what you will. Here is the 13th Loch.
On a bright born day in the month of May, and a weeping group stands by for to bid adieu to the gallant crew who sail as the sun mounts high. Leaning over the waves are the mariners brave who reck not a storm nor rock. Though they laugh and joke and digest and smoke, they are bound for the 13th Loch. Oh, skipper, stay, quotes a mariner gay who stood nigh Marbow Lane. I'm a sailor old and I trow as bold as what roves on this angry main. 13, be still, 'tis a number ill. Beware, young man, don't mock. Right merrily cried the captain, see, we are bound for the 13th Loch. Oh, Pat, beware, cried the damsel fair, sail not today, me dear. We warn, don't scorn, 'tis Friday morn, the day true mariners fear. And if I lost you, Pat, what would I do? Sure me heart wouldn't stand a shock. Right merrily cried the captain, see, we are bound for the 13th Loch. Cease, love, those sighs, dim not your eyes with beauty killing tears. Though I may be bound, I'll come back sound, so calm your woman's fears. And I'll bring to thee a chimpanzee, a parrot and a jabberwock, and a kangaroo and a cockatoo from the wilds of the 13th Loch.
Oh, the ship set sail while a piercing wail rang out from the womankind. Port the helm a lee, cried the captain, see, and we'll catch the southern wind. Spur up your steed to its fastest speed, 'tis well past 12 o'clock. We should see the shore of Inchicore and ho for the 13th lock. But never the shores of Inchicore did a man at the masthead see. Though he craned his neck to the quarter deck, he came and thus spake he. Skipper, 'tis true that I'm your crew, your cook, mate, all in stock. And I'm damned if I'll steer to a place so queer as the cursed 13th lock. Let us change our way for another day and laugh and spin a yarn. On the evening's tide we'll at anchor ride in the bay of Dolphin's Barn. Then the skipper quick gave a mighty kick and the mariner fell to shock. And the crew found the grave 'neath the watery waves on the way to the 13th lock. Does ever, quote he, perish mutiny? And he turned around with a smile. About and around, and lo, he found a shape behind the while, and fiery eyes and horns the size, the type that might Peter shock. And the crew found the grave 'neath the watery wave on the way to the 13th lock. By a harbour sands, the maiden stands with her face turned out to sea. Though she'll watch in vain, but never gain, will he come with his chimpanzee. And a Jew man stands, wringing both his hands, his face like a marble block. For the captain old borrowed half his gold before he sailed to the 13th lock.
Now, songs about devils aboard boats on the Grand Canal. You heard it here first. The next song I would like to play for you this evening is by a dear friend of mine, is Pauline Scanlon, who was probably one of the first people to suggest a long list of deep and dark Samhain related songs that I could play tonight. And actually I want to play one of hers. I want to play a cover that she's done. This is obviously a very famous song and you'll know it all, but I want to give you a little bit of a backstory into the well below the valley to show just how messed up we are really as a nation and the things that we sing about. So the story of this song is that a pilgrim begs a cup from a maid who is washing at a well so that he could drink from it. She says she has none, and he says, "Oh, you would have if your lover came." And she swears she's never had a lover. He says that she has borne 9 babies, or in different versions of this story, she's had 7 babies or she's had 5 babies, and then tells her where she buried the bodies. She begs some penance from him, and he tells her that she will be transformed into a stepping stone for 7 years, a bell clapper for 7, and spend 7 years in hell. And in some variants of the story, you can hear who conceived the children with her, and most of it's incestuous and spine-tingling. Spine-tingling to say the least. Have a proper listen to these lyrics. This is Pauline Scanlon with The Well Below the Valley.
Green grows the lily, right among the bushes. Oh, a gentleman was passing by. He asked for a drink as he was dry at the well below the valley. Oh, green grows the lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh, my cup is full up to the brim. If I were to stoop, I might fall in at the well below the valley. Oh, green grows the lily. Oh, right among the bushes.
If your true love was passing by, you'd fill him a drink if he was dry at the well below the valley. Oh, green rose a lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh,
She swore by grass, she swore by corn. Her true love had never been born at the well below the valley. Oh, green rose a lily. Oh, right among the bushes.
he said to her, "You're swearing wrong. 6 fine children you had born at the well below the valley." Oh,
Green rose a lily. Oh, right among the bushes. If you be a man of noble fame, you'll tell to me the father of them at the well below the valley. Oh, green rose a lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh,
there's one of them by your brother John at the well below the valley. Oh, one of them by your uncle Don at the well below the valley. Oh, 2 of them by your father dear at the well below the valley.
oh, green rose the lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh, if you be a man of noble fame, you'll tell to me what happened to them at the well below the valley. Oh, green rose the lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh,
There's one of them buried neath the tree at the well below the valley. Oh, another 2 buried neath the stone at the well below the valley. Oh, 2 of them outside the graveyard wall at the well below the valley.
green rose a lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh, if you be a man of noble fame, you'll tell to me what'll happen myself at the well below the valley. Oh, green rose a lily. Oh, right among the bushes. Oh,
You'll be 7 years a ringing about the well below the valley. Oh, 7 years a burning in hell at the well below the valley. Oh,
I'll be 7 years a ringing a bell at the
the Valley-O with Pauline Scanlon. Another glorious traditional song victimizing women for having children. You know what, I have so many songs I want to play for you tonight, and they're all sound particular and so creepy. And one of the genres I really sank into when researching this show was murder ballads, something I didn't really know about, but now I do, and I'm obsessed. So murder ballads, if you don't know, they're like a subgenre of a trad ballad, and they deal specifically with a crime or a gruesome death, and their lyrics kind of form a narrative describing like the true events of a murder. And they'd often like tell the story of before or after, so, you know, after the sentencing. And I guess it was kind of the original form of tabloid newspapers. It was a way that people could get information around in a sensational way. So there's all these fantastic songs that are quite true and quite chilling when you research them. There's one I wanted to play for you this evening, but I don't think it quite fits the vibe we're going for. But I'm going to put it on the Spotlight Samhain playlist on Spotify. So if you have a little search for that, you can find all the songs here that I played tonight, but also a load more that I couldn't fit into our little hour. The song I wanted to play, I first heard it when I was about 8 years old, and I was fascinated because it told the story of a love story of infidelity, a murder, a trial, and then there's a shocking twist at the end. It's by Christy Hennessy, and the song is called Sheila Doran. So go on and have a little listen to that. It's a cappella, it's long, it's engaging, you'll love it. I'm going to go from true story sensationalism to something that's just darn right creepy. This is a song by Sinead White called Giant Spiders.
When I wrap my head around why you always bring me down, it all becomes one. It all becomes undone. Mother Mary, Jesus Christ, how am I gonna sleep tonight? It all becomes one. It all becomes undone. I'm not in my head. I'm not in my body. I got frightened, I got tired. Giant spiders live outside. It all becomes one. It all becomes undone. I'm not in my head. I'm not in my body. I'm all lonely.
Hurry, hurry, 'cause every night's a worry. I've been alone too long. Mary's caring but always says the right things. She's been away too long. And her kisses would nourish, but I am here to punish, for fear her grace would fall. I'm hell-bent on torment, now I know what God meant. Hello, death, my old friend. And his little boxes all made in the houses, that's where they sleep, my friends. I'd sing a song of sixes, invoke a curse of witches in a remote woodland. So hurry, hurry, 'cause every night's a worry, and I've been alone too long.
Hello, Death. That's the name of the song you just heard by Robin G. Shields. I'm glad you're still here. It means that you haven't been snatched and dragged to the other world. You've only a few more hours till midnight, so keep that trick-or-treat bowl full and that costume firmly on. I'll put this playlist on Spotify. You can also listen back to this whole show and all of our Spotlight shows on any podcast platform each and every week. I'll be back on Wednesday afternoon in my usual slot of 2 to 4 p.m, bringing you a weekly guide to arts, culture and new Irish music. But I will be very sad to say goodbye to this Samhain Special. It has been such a treat playing these songs for you this evening. By all means, if you have anything that you would like to promote on our show or any new tunes, just drop us a mail, spotlight@dublincityfm.ie, or you can send me an Instagram or a Twitter @RuthlessImagery is where you will find me. Garamil and Maha Gwiv for joining me this evening. I'm wishing you a safe crossing to your other world. Oíche Shamhna, Honna Híomh, Slán go Fóill. I'll play you out with Mark Geary and Spectre.
And am I also bound by ties unknown? Can you walk yet? Can you try? My feet don't touch the ground. My voice an awful sound. Can you speak yet? Can you try? And you are made of wood. You don't float well. And you are made of wood. You don't float well. you burn. Old ghosts lie side by side. I hear them in the night. Can you help me? Can you try? I see you passing by, a specter in the light. Can I go there? Can I try? And you are made of wood. You don't float well. And you are made of wood. You don't float well, but you burn.
Go Rev Mila Mahagwe for joining me today. If you'd like to hear more from Spotlight, you can go back in time and listen to previous shows on all of your podcast platforms. I'll be back with you next week. Mind yourself.